Okay, so Maxace is the knife we have here today. Typically, the Maxace lineup is not really my style. You get kind of a nice plastic box here with this that does come with nice foam inserts, microfiber cloth, a information type card, and extra hardware. The one thing that they don't include, though, is extra bearings, which I thought was odd. But anyway, let's get this out of the way because nobody came for the packaging. We came for the knife. And like I said, generally Maxace is not my style. It's a little futuristic for me. However, this one I really like. There's a lot of different things about it that I do like. And when you see the blade, you may recognize, it's similar to some other knives that I own in their blade shape. The Vandermeulen Bladeworks Double Homicide. Again, not an exact copy, but similar. Exaggerated kind of recurve blade, Tonto-ish, the Frank Fisher Battle, the smaller Frank Fisher Battle, very similar. Not exact, but again, kind of similar. So it's not really a wonder why I like this particular one. It runs really well. It's got some fingerprint stuff on here. Don't mind that. That's just me handling and fondling the blade that Aussie Mike lent in. So they always do have a futuristic style to them, but it's very minimalist. I don't know if minimalistic's the right word, but oftentimes they are kind of just this monochromatic type of style with tumbled titanium, some titanium accents, very nice stonewash on the grinds, and then more of a satin on the flats. So I like the way the blade comes out. Nice pivot collars, tumbled titanium with inlays. Now, if you got to take this thing apart, you're going to be working at it for a while. You got a bunch of freaking screws and hardware to take apart. But that's okay. I don't generally take apart my knives. Nice pocket clip that really kind of just disappears looking at it from this angle kind of straight down, right? Because it just looks like another inlay, really. But it does work really well. There's just enough spring to it that it works really well in the pocket. It carries really deep. Not that that's my favorite, but it does carry pretty deep. So you do have to really, you kind of got to grab it at just the right angle to get it out of your pocket nice and easy. So you do have the double thumb stud stop pins. Typically, you're going to use the stop pin to open it. You can, like this piece here, the thumb, I don't even know what we'd call that. It's not really a thumb disc. It's kind of an oddly shaped thumb stud. Is a little bit out of the way. Like it's a little, it works, but it's a little awkward. The thumb stud, the stop pin works great. This thumb stud thing, you got to reposition your hand a little bit to get it to work. And then for you knuckleheads that like to do this, you can reverse flick it with the thumb stud over here on this side. Silly, goofy way to open a knife in my opinion, but hey, you do you. I'm not here to judge. The lock on this thing is interesting. Looks like kind of a bolster lock, but it's not a bolster lock. I'm not sure what to call it exactly. If I get the flashlight over here, it's a liner lock that is exposed like a bolster lock. So I'm confused. Do we call this a liner lock? Do we call it a bolster lock? I am not sure what it's classified. If I didn't say the name, which I don't think I did, it is the Maxace Hydra. You can see it's mounted there. engraved there. Well, let's talk about the specs real quick since I've rambled for 5 minutes already, if you've made it this far. 5 1/4 inches closed, 9 1/8 overall with a 3.94 inch blade. This particular one is in Magna Cut, 0.011 behind the edge. This thing is going to be super slim and slicey. Weighs in at 7.7 ounces. So it is on the hefty side. I think the Vandermeulen double homicide is definitely more than that. The kind of plain Jane Frank Fisher Battle. This is a true bolster lock. The frame is it. This one probably weighs a little bit less. And then the mini Battle is about the same, give or take 6 ounces or something, if I remember, on this one. And I shouldn't use plain Jane because there's nothing plain Jane about a one-off custom Battle. It's just more plain. It's non-exotic. How about that? Because it's just carbon fiber. This guy is exotic with the Damascus and the Timascus and all of that. So yeah, it's not quite fair to call it plain Jane. All right, let's do a couple of quick size comparisons to just really point out the extreme size of the double homicide. Yeah, it's crazy. How about a Sharpie? How about the Spyderco? And how about the Kubi KB237? Still really one of my favorite affordable $40 to $50 budget affordable knives that you can find on Amazon. Just depends on the coloring as to what the pricing is going to be. This guy is out of stock at several places. I don't think I saw it in stock anywhere, but it was like $350, $370. I'm not sure what Mike got it for exactly. I think this came from White Mountain Knives. I did the unboxing and I mentioned where it came from. I don't remember. And I think the White Mountain Knives, it was $158 or something like that. So not I don't know. I think for a production knife, it might be a little high. When you can get a custom knife that's different, of course. You know, this is a custom knife made up in Canada that's very dirty because I use it for a lot of unboxing stuff. So don't judge. You know, this was $325. And these are, you know, handmade custom knives. The North Arm Skaha made up in Canada. These are made overseas. Bigger, bulkier, Magna Cut S35, titanium, carbon fiber. Like, we can't really compare apples and apples, but when you look at some custom made knives in that 300 price range, it really does start to make you think about the production knives that are in the $300, $400, $500, $600, you know? And I don't want to get onto Benchmade, but like a Benchmade bug out's $300, like that's $300 for a Benchmade bug out on some models, right? I don't know, and Benchmade's kind of an extreme case, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying, right? Anyway, the Maxace Hydra. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've made it this far, comment pricing down below.